Has the fitness industry become one giant vanity project? I love to exercise, and ever since I was 13 and my dad brought me to the gym for the first time, I had been an avid exerciser. I loved it so much that I became a certified personal trainer and health coach just so I could help people get more in shape. Then I realized how wrong the fitness industry was when I saw this video by Vox.
We have this idea that if we want to lose weight, we join a gym on January 1st, we start working out regularly, and eventually we slim down. Well, here's some bad news.
I read more than 60 studies on this, and it turns out exercise is actually pretty useless when it comes to weight loss.
Wait a second. What was that? Hang on, play that again.
More than 60 studies on this, and it turns out exercise is actually pretty useless when it comes to weight loss.
There you have it. Weight loss is completely and utterly useless when it comes to losing weight. And 60 studies have confirmed this. If you guys want to watch the whole video to actually kind of understand why this concept is more and understand the science behind it, I'm going to leave either a link below or maybe in the sidebar here for you guys to check it out. Here's my question then. Why is there so much emphasis on exercise in the weight loss industry? The answer is because of marketing. You see, in marketing, one of the biggest ways in which marketers are able to target you is by specifically targeting at your biggest pains and issues.
You mock my pain!
Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling something.
And what are your biggest pains? Well, in fact, it's a bigger problem than these companies exploiting this pain. It is your crappy self-image. Let me read off just a few statistics regarding poor self-image in America. 91% of women are unhappy with their bodies. 20% of men say body image as being their major concern, with 1/3 of them wanting to be thinner and 1/3 wanting to be bulkier. 81% of 10-year-old girls are afraid of being fat. 12% of teen boys are using unproven supplements and steroids. Now this doesn't even get into depression, social anxiety disorders, or even eating disorders for that matter. And yes, probably statistics can be kind of skewed depending the demographic in which you are. One thing though I would like to point out though that I think is kind of misunderstood when we talk about body images is yes, a lot of it is specifically targeted to women. In fact, most of the statistics here are talking about women, and even the statistics that are talking about are a greater percentage of women that are having body issues. But I also want to make it very known that men are also have extreme self-image issues as well. And that's because we also have a very high, sometimes unrealistic standard of what we're supposed to look like. And yes, we also suffer from body image issues. I'm a personal example of that. As you can tell, I'm definitely not a big, stocky, bulky man. I'm very lanky and very skinny, and honestly though, no one in particular actually really ever made specific comments about this, as much as I kind of projected that onto myself. But the idea for the ideal man, or how a man's supposed to look, is big, bulky, strong, and honestly, I'm just not that. And yes, I would say I definitely have some decent muscle mass on me, but I'm no Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I eventually was able to overcome this, and what I hope to share with you is how you can overcome it as well. The very first thing for me was to eventually accept who I was and what I looked like. And then ultimately just being grateful for that. The fact that you have a body is an amazing thing. And I think sometimes we neglect to think about that. I think another thing is to be honest with how you look. Don't try to hide behind it. Try to just accept the fact that this is how you look, this is how you are. Most of the time we don't control how we look, how our bodies end up. A big portion of that is genetics. And then the other thing is that we just need to stop caring about these expectations that are set for us. Because here's the honest truth. The expectations change all the time. Here's a few examples. In the early 1900s, this is what the standard woman was supposed to look like. This is what beauty was. Similarly, this is a picture of a championship bodybuilder in the early 1900s. These are completely different standards than what we have today. And it's a little bit more easier to see when we look at the different changes of what body image the perfect woman looked like. For example, in the 1950s, or I think it was the 60s, the perfect woman was a complete stick. It was a thing. It was like the skinniest as possible, like just nothing, no curves at all. And then there's the example of these advertisements where they're basically saying that like being skinny is just awful. And now in a lot of ways we kind of have this confused idea of what body image is supposed to be. In some ways we get offended when people don't accept our body image. And really, you getting offended about that is because you care about it. So just stop caring about it. And of course, this is definitely a lot easier said than done. However, if you can come to love and accept yourself for how you look and for who you are, you won't even have to try and feel good anymore about yourself. You just will. Feeling good about yourself doesn't come from standing in front of the mirror and repeating to yourself that you love yourself. It just comes from accepting who you are. And happiness and acceptance just naturally come. So should we still exercise? My answer to that is still yes. We need to take care of ourselves, we need to exercise, but instead of having exercise as being this weapon of condemnation upon us, we can now see it as a tool to living a healthy, happier life. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that subscribe button below if you did, and I look forward to talking to you guys some more. Please join the Facebook group. Also, if you have any ideas for other videos or things that you'd like to see changed in the upcoming videos, please leave a comment below. I look forward to, and I'm always happy to talk with you guys. So, and I look forward to speaking to you guys next week.